I'll place everything into cash flow investments and then use those cash flow investments to pay rent.
To pay
So
rent.
parang what I've realized through the years is the taxes are too painful, the maintenance is too painful, and then parang if you're renting, pag ayaw mo na, you can just go to another place also, and then okay ka na. That is parang gano'n. Medyo
Mhm.
nag-change lang yung ano, and I wouldn't think about that when I was younger also.
May analysis ako dyan, that's why you feel that way.
Talaga?
Mm. Sabihin ko ba? Sabihin ko ba?
Di ko alam. Kinakabahan sa mga analysis na ganyan.
Yung pagpili mo nung kung anong stock ba yan, Ayala ba yan, ano ba yan, 10% lang talaga siya ng total return. The 70% comes from asset allocation. Paano mo hahatiin, which is your question. So it really drills down on the fact that yung paghati mo ng investable funds mo, that's critical.
In your experience, did you buy a house first or did you start a business?
I had small businesses that didn't fly bago ako nakabili ng bahay. Mga maliliit na negosyo yan. I really like, selling. And I really like feeling na nag-e-employ ka. Pero they didn't work. And then, I started na career and then I bought a house. And then, I started my business. And then, I bought another. So, parang feeling ko mix. Depend. If you're technically, the only business that matters siguro that I put up is the one that I have now. The others were practice. Pero ganun talaga yung message natin, Marvin, sa mga tao. Pag gusto niyo mo mag-diversify into a business, get ready to fail. Get ready to burn some money in the beginning.
And I think it's not just in the beginning kasi even if you're longer into business and investing, you'll still lose money. Yung difference lang siguro later on in life is either you have more money already na hindi na siya ganun kabigat as compared to when you're starting. And also maybe because you had more experience, hindi na siya ganun ka sakit also compared before because you've gone through it also when you were younger. So I think kasi
parang first love lang 'yan, no? Yung first love mo, parang iniyakan mo ng 10 taon. Pero yung pangalawa, marunong ka na. Marunong ka na ma-fall at marunong ka na mag-get out of it. Daming hugot.
Parang sa investing, parang it's always said na parang pag matagal ka na, you've learned a lot and you'll be better. I think you'll be better as an investor, pero mistakes will still be there. Losing money will also be there, but it's not as maybe as crippling anymore, or it may not also be as hurtful kasi baka natuto ka na dati, nag-diversify ka na, or talagang parang maybe parang parang love manhid ka na. So,
Manhid.
parang hindi, it doesn't hurt as much as well. Pero ayun, I'll zero back to what we talked about earlier na house or business, kasi the common logic is for a lot of people, secure the house first and then bala na mag-business ka na muna. Pero there's also another school of thought na sayang pera mo sa bahay kagad, parang tulog talaga yon. You're literally paying interest, especially if you don't really have the full amount to buy it. And then vis-a-vis if nag-rent ka and then yung extra money binisnes mo, baka mamaya mas nabili mo pa yung house talaga na gusto mo, and then cash pa also. Given what you did, what if you had the chance to make a do-over, what would you do? Would you buy the house first or would you do the business first?
Alam mo, may sagot ako dyan kasi I have a lot of kids, so I don't want them to feel insecure about where they live. It also does something to your psyche. Pero ang solution lang dyan, don't buy a house that's too big for your budget. So we started with a really small house. Yung it's like buying your second house first. A lot of people buy the big house first and then buy a smaller house. That's their second house. Ako baliktad. I buy the smaller house para lang lumaki yung mga bata that they're secure, and then you buy the bigger house when you have more money. That way, it's financially empowering to you. It doesn't take away from your potential. It adds to your potential.
house first, but the smaller one. Then yung extra, that's what
Business.
start the business. So, but in that way also, for, maybe there are people who are watching this, maybe they're in their late 20s or early 30s. How do you suggest that they go about the loan? Do they, ideally, the more you down, the lesser you pay in interest payments, or in a way also another side of the story, down lesser para you leverage that money also. What would you tell people on that logic also?
There's a reason why the central bank required 20% down payment, and don't get the ones you diba, the properties na titingi-tingiin mo yung 20% and then start getting an amortization or a bank loan for the remaining 80%, because that means you're not ready to buy that house. At the very minimum, have 20% in cash. If you can't do that, you're not ready.
But do you suggest if they have more than 20% that they down more, or they just stick to the 20% para at least they have larger cash pa rin stored in the bank? Well,
I have two secrets.
Okay.
20 to 30% is a sweet spot. Now, if you can pay in cash while the development is still being made, and you can still ask for a huge discount from the property when you pay cash. Don't get the amortization. But if you can't do that, it's okay. Parang, getting that loan, kasi a house loan is actually a good debt eh. When you get that, it increases your net income. It increases your financial position. Parang ang daming bahay na bibilihin ni Marvingermo.
Hindi, para to sa mga natin, para to sa mga viewers natin. Medyo nag-shift yung pananaw ko lately about all of those stuff. But that's for...
dapat ikaw mag-share sa akin pwede. Paano nag-shift yung pananaw mo?
I'll place everything into cash flow investments and then use those cash flow investments to pay rent. Parang what I've realized through the years is the taxes are too painful, the maintenance is too painful, and then parang if you're renting, pag ayaw mo na, you can just go to another place also, and then okay ka na. That is parang ganoon. Medyo nag-change lang yung and I wouldn't think about that when I was younger also.
May analysis ako dyan, that's why you feel that way.
Talaga?
Sabihin ko ba?
Di ko alam. Kinakabahan sa mga analysis na ganyan.
Hulaan nyo guys. Kung ano yung analysis ko next year. Ilalabas ko na. Bakit nagbago ang pag-iisip ni Marvingermo tungkol sa pagbili ng bahay?
Anyways, final words for people who are watching this, and we're at the start of the year also, and I hope that I don't know, parang 2022 was so interesting from an investing standpoint na 2020, 2021 was so good. Kasi everyone parang when the liquidity was sucked out, parang what happened? Encouragement, words of advice to all of them. And before that, guys, salve says in YouTube.
Salve says everywhere. It's the same.
It's everywhere. So,
yes. But we also started a Facebook group called Money University by Salveses, because that's where the technical stuff are. Yung mga hindi ko ma-post dahil masyadong nosebleed, dun ko nilalagay.
Yun yung mga pinaka-importante. So, the floor is yours, Salve. Payakin mo na sila.
Grabe, laki ng expectation. Guys, alam mo, when you're in the middle of an emotion, you think it's the end of the world. And I think that's what happened to every one of us. Hindi lang sa finances, I think. Even right? Si Marvin, akala niya tumigil na yung mundo niya kasi naging daddy na siya.
Literal, tumigil kasi wala na ako gagawa. Tamo tong meeting na to, 9 PM natin to ginawa, di ba? Parang gano'n. Wala.
Ganun nga, tumigil nga. Ako nga din hindi na ako nag-makeup, kaya ayan kita mo, filter na lang yan. Mamaya papakita ko yung best filter ko, yung tinapay. It is when you are precisely in that moment of pain, you are in that moment of confusion, you are in that moment where you don't know what to do, when you need to act. Kasi you cannot stand still. You have to make a decision on what to do. And the best way to make that decision is to look for the things that happened already in the past. We always say in the markets, di ba, Marbs, na past returns do not guarantee future returns, di ba? Lagi naman nating sinasabi yun. But when it comes to strategy, it's a folly pag hindi natin inaral yung mga alam na ng mga tao before us. So as I kept saying earlier, ang dami nagbago sa merkado. The economy itself was very confusing in 2022. The US economy was so weird. Ang daming pera, pero ang taas ng inflation. Tapos, ang daming trabaho, pero ang taas ng unemployment. Ang gulo, di ba? Tapos, all of those things imported in the Philippines. So, even the experts themselves were confused. Saan ba talaga papunta ang ekonomiya? And definitely, markets were also confused. Halos hindi gumalaw yung market ng 2022. What does that say? Is that the end of investing? A lot of people took their money out. Every time something bad happens, people say it's the end of investing. Ayoko na. Sunog na to. Ayoko na bumalik. Ilalagay ko na lang yung pera ko sa, yung guaranteed 20% per day return, Marvs. Lagi tayo napapaaway sa mga ganyan Dumadami na naman sila. 'Di ba? Yung mga tinatawag akong anak ng demonyo. Alam mo naman yung mga inaaway ako dahil sinasabi ko scam yan. Because that feels like, even in the deepest, darkest corners of the universe, may mga paluwagan na tinatakbo yung pera. Ako ang sagot lang dyan, we must have faith in the markets. All of these, they're made by forces that maybe we cannot compute totally, but they've been here for hundreds of years. Kailangan lang talaga medyo may konting blind faith. Yes, that's true. That's me, a little blind faith, but also a lot of studying. And when you've studied, you look at the 200-year numbers in the markets. Stocks are still the best. Over the long term, maybe you'll lose in the medium term. Tinitingnan ko some of the big banks, nakakatawa. We're back to the price of BPI 5 years ago. Di ba? If you look at the charts. Yeah, ganun. Minsan yung presyo ngayon mas mababa pa kaysa dun sa presyo 10 years ago. Does that mean wag na lang tayo mag-invest? That's not true. Parang love din yan. Kung nasaktan ka, does that mean you should never love again? That's not true either. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Well said. So, para di masaktan si Salve, please subscribe to her YouTube channel and follow everything that she does.
Yes, please para awa nyo naman, paakyatin nyo naman yung subscriber base namin. Magmula nung nandito ako sa channel ni Marvin, hindi na gumalaw
O, pakyatin na natin, guys. So, para magtatanggal na siya ng shades. So,
ito na. Tatanggal na ng shades.
So, yun. Thank you so much, Salve. It's always a pleasure to have you, and to everyone. If you have any questions, put them down below and we'll try our best to be able to answer you in future episodes. And that's it for now. Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon. God bless you all.